Maybe you're one of the folk that John, his team, his lawyers, his friends, his fans, those reactionary content creators, and hives of anonymous commentators strewn across the internet. Maybe you're one of the people who was swindled by all of that. A well-intentioned, thoughtful, reasonable person who was misled by the mob. There's no shame in it. John had every possible manipulative tool at his disposal, millions upon millions of dollars, thousands of love-struck or otherwise impassioned supporters, and a willingness to say just about anything to weasel his way out of this. The guy exhausted every legal avenue in 2 different countries, for Christ's sake. And as is my goddamn right, given the Irish blood in my veins, I hate the bloody English. But you know what they say about broken pocket watches. Cheerio, governor. A judge in the UK ruled on each of the incidents we spoke of. He found that 12 of them were, on the balance of probability, more likely than not to have happened as Heard described them. It is more likely than not true that John C. Depp committed horrific acts of sexual assault while drunk and or under the influence of an ungodly mixture of illegal substances that made him jealous of, hateful, and violent toward his partner. It's a horrible truth to contend with. Even more horrible, I'd say, than believing a woman could be so evil as to falsely accuse a man of rape. So, forced to swallow one of 2 very large pills, I guess the story that won out. It makes sense to me. I guess the way our careless, thoughtless, immediate, reactionary gut response seeped into that jury box makes sense to me. This isn't the first time that it's happened. Still, I can't forgive you. Because I know you would have done the same to me were I in Amber's place, and I think it would have finished me off. Amber's doing okay somehow, but were it me, I don't think I could have survived your fury, no matter how undeserved. I think it would have smothered me.
And you would sometimes drink whiskey in the mornings too, right? During this time period.
Isn't happy hour any time?
And the crowd hums with gentle laughter and goodwill towards this dashing American success story. Meanwhile, his survivor sits grim-faced in the courtroom, tense. And you didn't see her. You didn't pause, you didn't turn again to really see, you didn't step back and try to understand before you said something. I'm begging you from now on, just stop, look, and listen before you cross the motherfucking street, because it's brutal out here, and we need you. If you're good-hearted and thoughtful, we need you. It was nice while it lasted, folks, but we're nearly at the end. So let's review the basics. John Depp signed and released a statement long after Amber filed the temporary restraining order and accused Depp publicly of abuse, that neither he nor Amber Heard had made any false statements for financial gain. Depp was not accusing Amber of violence at this time. The statement was designed to set the record straight for Amber's benefit alone. The statement also detailed that Amber would donate the $7 million divorce settlement to charity. John Depp signed that statement as part of the divorce proceedings, and he has no excuse for having signed it. No one would have forced his hand. He signed that. Amber Heard has made over $1 million in contributions toward her pledge of $7 million to the ACLU and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles. By these actions, I conclude that Amber had every intention of fulfilling the full $7 million pledge to both charities. I think that she used the term donated in an interview as shorthand to make the public understand that she was not motivated by money, rather than explain, I pledged the entire amount to charity over time in order to reap a slight tax benefit from paying the sum incrementally, and that's standard practice for sizable donations. You really expected her to say all that? It took me like 10 minutes to write that out in a more or less sensible way, and I'm pretty sure at least half of you have your eyes glazed over at this point because I'm repeating myself and you're thinking, you're working yourself up again, kid, and that's correct. Pretty astute of you. Amber had to stop making contributions toward her pledge donations. Temporarily, she insists, because her ex-husband sued her, and being sued is costly. This is an explanation that makes sense. Also, this deranged focus on her having not donated that amount to charity is separate and apart from the matter of abuse. We shouldn't be talking about it. Point is, you need money when you're being sued, especially when defending yourself from John Bottomless Pockets and Pit for a Heart Depp. This is the guy who invented windshield wipers against the Ford Corporation. This is that lady who got third-degree burns over her legs, horrifying injuries against the Golden Arches. This is another Aaron fucking Brockovich, believe you me, baby. Actually, I'm a 50-50 on that last comparison. I don't remember the story or real-life person so much as I remember Julia Roberts being kick-ass. And I refuse to even Google one more goddamn thing for this, because this is enough. I have given you enough. I deserve a rest. Back to basics. John bent the truth until it was unrecognizable to sidestep responsibility for his drug addiction. He tells us now he only ever had a problem with prescription pain medication. Meanwhile, there's a true treasure trove of evidence suggesting that's a crock of artist's shit. And you know what? I'm not buying it. I watched the careless hate mob be stirred. Watch it boil, bubble, and splatter on Amber Heard's bare skin. I saw it. People mocked Amber as viciously as they did Harvey Weinstein, R. Kelly, Roman Polanski, any of the Me Too trophy heads. And ain't it funny that our society puffs up its chest biggest to bellow at a lying woman when it never yelled so loud at any of those rapists? Amber has pictures of bruising, of torn out hair, texts to her parents reporting abuse in 2013, witnesses who saw her injuries and covered them for her. She says she often wore makeup to conceal the bruises, which is not uncommon behavior for battered women. Maybe Amber didn't wish for others to know about the abuse and then intervene, taking matters out of her hands. A relationship that was years and many luxurious, gorgeous memories in the making would have been forfeit. And she loved him. She still loves him, and that I can't understand. I can't, no matter how hard I try. But though I can't understand it, that's not an uncommon feature in abusive relationships either. I believe Amber because we have every reason to. The evidence shows that Amber was the victim in this dynamic. It reflects that Depp is a violent, abusive, and deceitful man, surrounded by people who worship the ground that he walks on. That said, should new evidence emerge and it becomes, based on that evidence, likely that Amber perpetrated an abuse hoax starting in 2013, well, you show me that, and I will change my mind. I will spin on a fucking dime. I'll be embarrassed as all hell, but I will run through the streets screaming, I was wrong! It was Amber all along! And when I've recovered from the shock, I will take a compass and carve fancy that on the side of my cock. For the judges and other court officials I delusionally think might hear these words, what's with the peanut gallery? We know that people are influenced by other people. Why would you let an audience of Johnny Depp fans in to hang on his every word and laugh at his jokes and mock his abuse victim as she tries to testify about her sexual assault? Live? Fucking live, Judge Penny? For millions to see? Cool. I didn't know that judges were so useless at ensuring that justice is protected, sought, and found. What a misnomer. No, you are just a referee in a mudslinging contest between money-drunk millionaires. And are you blind? Ref, are you blind? Judge Penny S. Askarati, I am not done with you. For the love of all that is good and holy, I know you aren't a fool. That's why I'm so mad at you. You're not supposed to be an idiot, so why are you acting like one? Greasy palms made you drop the ball?
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
What were you thinking not sequestering the jury for this case in particular? Trusting the honor system to make sure the jury pool isn't polluted. Are you knucking futz? This is a lot of negativity. I need to balance it. Your Honor, that is a very nice ceremonial gown. You look very official. You look as beautiful and authoritative as Judge Judy. But Judge Judy would never have let us down like this, you coarse-furred rat. You, Rottenborn, buddy, I know you were doing your best, but what were you thinking laughing at his jokes? You laughed at John's jokes a lot, and they weren't even that funny. You were just nervous, so you forgot the plot of the story you were peddling. And if you didn't know your job was to peddle a story, now you do. Hard lesson learned. Your spine. Christ's sake, buddy, I'm not gonna feel bad about what I'm about to say because I like you, and I'm right there with you. Absolutely spineless. Pretty sure it's just a brittle twig back there, ready to splinter under the slightest pressure. But the thing is, I wouldn't have laughed at a rapist's jokes. So please take this note, offered with a measure of respect, even if it doesn't feel like it. Sorry. Don't bow to the bastards next time. Rapid fire notes for the rest of the supporting cast. Elaine did great, but her public speaking, timing, and organizational skills could use some work. Elaine, your Amber did what she did when she was breaking the horses bit was bad. You should have killed that darling and thought of something more powerful and accessible. Ben Chu is the slickest, most slimy man I've ever had the misfortune of smelling through a screen. Camille is a beautiful fool. She's a gross, performative, and highly talented gender traitor. May your dollars never afford you peace, Miss Vasquez. Quick note, though, for everybody else. If Camille is the one to take the brunt of the blame when the tide turns, I will tear all my hair out, move into the mountains, and never rejoin society again. Everyone, blame John. John is the wife-beating bastard. He's revolting. Let his legacy burn to ashes, because if there was any justice, he would be in a prison cell. He does not deserve to be remembered fondly. He does not deserve your admiration, attention, or respect anymore. Let him go. Just let him fade. I loved Edward Scissorhands. I'm sad too that there are incredible characters stained now by the unforgivably flawed actor who played them. But it's okay. There will be more stories, more people and hearts that you will love just the same or better. Some of us love to tell stories. But this is real life, and I insist that wife-beating rapists see consequences for their actions. As for Amber, she seems to be easy breezy, fucking bulletproof. She has a beautiful daughter and a sunny future beaming through blackened tree branches now that she's out of the heart of the woods. She's gonna be fine. At time of recording, she has submitted an appeal to the court. Experts, dozens, have come together to submit an amicus curiae, or friends of the court, brief in support of Amber's appeal. I'm amazed to see everyone fighting. I'm amazed by Amber most of all. I feel awe. Finally, you. You who watched this video start to now. Remember that if you're not careful, if you fail to be analytical and compassionate, you'll be one of the 77% of people who conform. And in matters as serious as this one, you don't want to be one of the people who got it wrong, because then you'll have to feel ashamed, won't you? You'll have to feel hot iron guilt. I want to encourage you to practice doubt in others as well as in yourself. And if you can at all, please lead with compassion. Heart first is my motto. It hurts, but I think it needs to. Finally, thank you. I gave a lot to this, and fingers crossed it shows. See the merit in my words or don't. It's all up to you.